So I know in class we talked about why we flip the sign when we multiply and divide by a negative when we're solving inequalities. I proved it with whole numbers, to keep it true, but I wanted to actually show you problems as an example as why we flip the negative. So on our first example, if you see, I have the same exact problem, and I'm going to solve them two ways. The first way, I'm going to solve it traditionally where we don't flip the sign, and then we'll solve it where we flip the sign. So as we've talked about before, whenever you're solving inequalities and equations, you can do anything to either side of the equation as long as you do it to the other side of the equation and keep your equation balanced. So on this first one, I have a negative 3x on this side, so I'm going to subtract positive 3x, I'm going to add positive 3x on both sides of the equation so I can get rid of my negative x. So 3x minus 3x is 0. Those are 0 pairs, so they zero out. I have 5 greater than or equal to 17 plus 3x. So I just moved got rid of my negative 3x and moved it to the other side. Now I want my constants on one side, so I'm going to subtract 17 from both sides. 17 minus 17 is 0, so all I have left on this side is 3x. 5 minus 17 is negative 12. So now they multiplied, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. 3 over 3 is 1. So we have negative 4 is greater than or equal to x. I like to write my solution with my x first. When I rewrite it, I just flip the sign because I'm rewriting it. So if x is less than or equal to negative 4. Now we're going to solve it with our rule of flipping our sign when we multiply or divide by a negative. So again, I want to keep my inequality balanced. I have positive 5 on this side. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. I have negative 3x greater than or equal to 12. So now I want to divide. I want to know what 1x is, not what negative 3x is. So I'm going to divide by negative 3 on both sides. When I divide or multiply by negative, I always circle my sign as a reminder when I go down to the next step that I need to flip it. So negative 3 over negative 3 is 1. So if x less than or equal to negative 4. So you see, we end up with the same answers. It's just when we use our rule, when multiplying and dividing by a negative to flip the sign, we have several less steps that we have to make. So I hope that clarifies why we flip a sign when we multiply and divide by a negative.